there are a number of insurances that it's typically a good idea to have when you're setting up a business, some of which we don't work with, like car insurance, content insurance, business and equipment insurance, business interruption insurance, public indemnity insurance. They're not insurances that we deal with personally, but we do know a lot of people who work in that field that we work closely with. So if you ever do need some advice around that type of insurance, happy enough to pass their numbers and names along. But in terms of the insurance that we deal with personally and can provide advice on directly, income protection and business expenses being the two big ones for someone who's just starting out as being self-employed. So income protection is critically important because being self-employed, there's no employer there paying you sick leave. If you can't work, then unfortunately no one's going to step in there for you unless you've got someone there to help you out. The other side of being self-employed is that there's no such thing as workers' compensation typically. If you injure yourself on the job, then unfortunately workers' compensation doesn't cover you in that situation. The other type of insurance that I mentioned, business expenses, that's also important because it covers off your fixed expenses while you can't work. So things like your interest repayments on a loan, or your rent that you might be paying on your office expenses, or an employee who isn't income producing. These are all different things that are going to be paid whether or not you're at work. So it's important to have those covered off as part of the business expenses insurance. The other types of insurance that is also things to consider are life insurance, total and permanent disablement, and critical illness. Particularly if you have debts involved in your business and you don't want your partner to be able to be left alone to finance all of that by himself if the worst were to happen. So they're just a couple of the insurances that you should consider when setting up a business.